Rainbow Dash says, Hola. Hello, everybody. This is going to be different from my usual live streams since I'm going to be doing this from a hospital. Don't know for how long I'm going to keep this up, but I do have my lunch, so might as well do it. You know, it's Sunday. Why not? You know? Anyways, hello, everybody. My name is Rigo, aka the WatchPony. This is the WatchPony channel, and in case you haven't checked up on Twitter, I am at the hospital because of a condition in which I need to receive IV fluids. Thankfully, I'm okay. I am safe. I am fine. Don't panic, anybody. Hello, Beach Boy Fan Forever. Hi, Pink Sparkle. Hi, Coconut Pony. Hi, Rainbow Dash. Hola, amigo. Mario the Gamer. Why are you in the hospital? And Mr. Mindblocks. Hey, hey, hey. And Coconut Pony. How do you feel? Dr. Scriptor. Hi. Yes. So I wasn't very clear on why I'm at the hospital, but I'm going to explain to you now. The condition I have is rhabdomyolysis, something like that. Either way, my arms, I worked them out on Monday. They were worked out so much that I ended up getting really sore. So because they were so sore, I couldn't even unbend them. Like, that's as far as they went back then. So my arms were really sore, but that's because, you know, I had a really intense workout. You know, I was getting really buff, real jacked, you know, things like that. Thank goodness I don't have COVID. Yes, very much. Thank goodness. So I ended up working my arms a bit too much. I didn't think it was going to be anything serious because, like, I didn't pull a muscle or anything, or I didn't, you know, like, get an injury. But instead, what happened was that my soreness of my arm didn't go down. It didn't go down. And for the past 3 days, I was like, my arms still don't feel flexible. They don't feel safe. They still feel puffy, like swollen and such. And, you know, that's when I was touching and realizing, you know, I think my arm is, in fact, getting swollen. My arm is actually, like, problematically sore. And then I looked it up online, and there's potentially a case of rhabdomyolysis of where I can, of where my muscles, when they break down, it could release too much of this hormone called hemoglobin. I'm not sure if it's a hormone or a chemical, but either way, hemoglobin is, or hemoglobin, one of the two. Basically, that releases into my system and it could potentially hit my bloodstream. And when that happens, that could actually hit my kidneys and overwhelm my kidneys, lead to kidney failure. So I didn't want that to happen. So I went to the doctor to make sure that it wasn't that, but nonetheless, it was. So it's a good thing I went there because, yeah, my sore muscles were the least of my worries by that point. It doesn't lead to death, thankfully. However, if left untreated, that means my body has extremely high levels of hemoglobin and potassium. And if your kidneys cannot affect that, if your kidneys cannot take care of that, it'll go down to your liver. And if your liver can't take care of that, it could lead to liver failure, kidney problems, and potentially cardiac problems, you know, heart attack and things like that. So that is why I'm at the hospital. I need to be taking these fluids through my IV constantly and drink lots of water, which is what I've been doing. Because I need to stay really hydrated, like more hydrated than usual, because my muscles are still breaking down. My muscles are breaking down so much and releasing so much of that chemical. I need to make sure it all gets flushed out so that way my kidneys and liver are safe. So yeah, it's not an injury, it's not a Charlie horse, like you mentioned, Mr. Mindblocks, and it's not like a muscle strain. It's literally just my muscles breaking down and putting too much of a chemical into my system that kind of overwhelms me. That could potentially lead to, more serious issues. So that's why I'm in the hospital. Hello, Josh Brony. I see you have arrived a little late. And yes, don't worry, it's not COVID. So if you want to see the full story of why I'm in the hospital, you could just rewind it literally like just 5-10 minutes, and there you go. My arms are still swollen, but they could stretch outwards now. They can finally open up, which is a good sign. It's a very good sign. This is where they drew my blood for my blood test, and over here in my hand is where they're feeding me the IV fluids. But with that being said, I don't want this to be completely, gloom and doom. I actually have my lunch, and it's actually kind of cool. Like, I'm very surprised of hospital food. Check it out. I got spinach, some fried chicken, potatoes, watermelon. That looks really nice. And they gave me little packets of salt, pepper, and some spreadable butter. I'm guessing that butter is probably for the spinach or for the chicken. They gave me a nice little pink lemonade, which is really nice. And this tiny cup with a little bit of ice cream. Chocolate. Ooh, chocolate ice cream. Ha! I got a dessert. Man. I've actually been taking pictures of my meals here because I'm honestly like really surprised of how like nice quality the food was in this hospital. Brother Medieval, are you okay? Yes, I am okay. But if you have any other questions, go right ahead. I mean, I'm not like drowsy or anything. I just need to stay in the hospital because of this. So in theory, I should be all right. Mr. Mindblocks, I witnessed my dad in the hospital, which explained the story. Oh, wow. Yeah. Nah, hospitals are pretty scary places. Not gonna lie, this is like one of the very few times I ever been to a hospital, so it's a little, nerve-wracking to be here. So what do they have to do to help your arms? Well, nothing. They just have to go down naturally. They didn't give me anything extra for my arms. They just have to do their own thing. Oh man, gallbladder got removed? Dang, that's crazy. Hello, Lita. I see you have arrived late. I already explained the reason why I'm in the hospital. So if you rewind it 10 minutes, I think you'll find my story right then and there. It's not that I don't want to repeat it, it's just that I don't want this whole stream for everybody else to just be, the same story over and over and over. Anyways, I got some lemon. I'm gonna put it on my spinach. I'm gonna be like Popeye right now. Except my arms are already swollen. But in all seriousness, spinach with lemon, it's not too bad. Did you have to wait a long time for your turn? No, I managed to get by pretty quick. I also left in the morning too, which also helps. The hospital is crowded with COVID patients though, so I am extremely grateful that I have not only a room, but my own room, like no roommate or anything. I guess that's why working out can be dangerous sometimes. Oh yes, absolutely. And the crazy part is that this is actually a rare thing to happen. This isn't the normal thing. I worked out with my cousin that day, and we were just really pushing each other. We were like just pushing, like we really just like giving it our all, like really pushing our bodies to the limit. And I guess that's what happened. But like I mentioned, this condition, rhabdomyolysis or rhabdomyolysis, is actually rare. It's a very rare thing to happen for adults. So, like, even the doctors were surprised. So I guess I just got, like, really unlucky. Or, like, it's a rare thing to happen. So I guess I'm like that 1 in a million that happens. Or actually, I think I remember online it saying like 1 in 44,000 adults a year, which is, pretty crazy odds. Not gonna lie. Have I ever played Warframe? No, I haven't. Do I have TV in the hospital? Yes, I do. So I'm very well entertained. Don't worry about me. But right now, gonna eat some food. Mm. These potatoes are actually really good. Oh wow. Okay. Now to try some of this spinach. Because I'm healthy like that. Healthy spinach. Mm. That's some good spinach with the lemon. Mm. Definitely good. What's the condition? You can look it up. I told you it's called rhabdomyolysis or rhabdomyolysis, one of the two, but it starts with rhabdom. And we've been calling it rhabdom just because it has such a complicated name. There we go. Got a little bit of butter. I'm gonna put this butter, a little bit on the chicken, a little bit on the spinach. Yo tampoco tengo un día diagnóstico, ¿what? Yo tampoco no estoy teniendo un día que digamos. Oh, apparently not everyone's having a good day right now. Well, yeah, but that's the thing about life, you know. Not everything will go to plan sometimes, and I certainly was not expecting me to be in the hospital after a workout. Like, out of all the things, a workout is what got me to the hospital. But sometimes that's just how life is. It surprises you with things, even if you're like the one person who gets a really rare condition, you know, which, you know, is dangerous in theory, but thankfully I don't have to do like any operations, or I don't have to do any, you know, like surgery or anything like that. I don't have to get anything removed or replaced, and I don't have to ask for a donor for like a new kidney. That is honestly the worst case scenario. If I never went to the hospital and I just, you know, let my arms go down slowly and then release all those, you know, chemicals into my body, and then, you know, potentially kill my liver and kidneys, then I would need a replacement, then I would need surgery, and yeah, that would be the worst case scenario. So I'm glad I caught it really quick before, you know, all of that happened, because yes, a rule of life, it could always be worse. Even with these crazy conditions of the COVID-19 virus, of all whacked out politics, corrupt leaders that, you know, people are protesting around the world, by the way. Shout out to Hong Kong, shout out to Libya, and shout out to Belarus, who are currently, you know, protesting for their rights to vote and for proper leadership. And for the US as well, you know, because the world of politics right now is really insane. Whether it be crazy politics, insane diseases, fire tornadoes going on in California, explosions going on in the other place, hurricane seasons going on in other chunks of the world, or even the most recently the what was it? I think it was an earthquake somewhere. These times are what define us, you know, because life is 20% action, 80% reaction. The way you live life is the way you deal with the things that happen to you. Or at least that's how I feel it. I feel like life is that way. A lot of what you do in life is a lot of what you do in the scenarios that you are given and in the places that you are. Right now, I'm in a hospital eating hospital food, but, you know, I decided to share it with you guys and, you know, share my experience. This was, by the way, total last minute decision. But anyways, carrying on. This world can suck, but it also doesn't have to. If you, you know, find a way to find the light in things, or if you find a way to make things work in your favor, then, you know, things can turn the other way around. You know, and the other thing I also seem to really know is that people seem to be in a rush. And I know I have, you know. I was in a rush to find a girlfriend because I didn't want to feel alone. Or actually not really find a girlfriend, honestly, find a wife, to be honest, because I kind of feel like I should be married by now, or at least find somebody who I'm willing to marry, you know, because I'm 28, which is pretty old. You know, I'm literally 2 years away from hitting 30. But, you know, being single and 30 sounds like a bad thing, but it shouldn't be. Like, why should it be a bad thing? It shouldn't, you know? So I feel like there is no race for life. There is no race for finding a partner and getting married and starting a family. I feel like there's no race for finishing your career or for starting a new one. At 30, you could start a brand new career and start clean. This virus totally put a standstill on my acting slash magic career. So it's really eye opening for me to be in a position of where I can't do the thing I want to do. So if I'm not like, you know, with somebody in a relationship, and if I'm not pursuing the things I want to do, I am forever, like, not forever alone, but I'm like, you know, alone in my thoughts with nobody else to, you know, help me, which makes you feel desperate, makes you feel hopeless. But that's kind of the thing that, you know, really needs, but that's the thing that you need to overcome in order to become a stronger person. Because it's only after you know, go through those thoughts and you face your inner demons, you realize that you're a lot stronger than you are, and you end up becoming more grateful for what you have and more aware of your surroundings, which in turn gives you a better idea of what to do from that point on. Facing your inner demons is not easy. I'll be honest. And I guess facing difficulties in life like it's doing right now in the world of 2020, which is, you know, in a lot of people's books, the worst year ever. Whether the what any kind of disaster that you're going through personally, you need to overcome it. And you need to have the will to face your inner demons. It's okay to be afraid, but just don't let it stop you. Because, yeah, Mr. Mindlux, yeah, you're right. You're not alone now. No, I never was alone. Alone, kind of, for a lot of people, is in their head, you know? It's a state of mind that makes you feel like there's nobody there to help you. But, you know, there's always somebody technically there. It's just in your mind is where it counts. You could be surrounded by people, but you could still feel lonely. You need to overcome that thing inside your head that makes you think that you're lonely. That's kind of the big thing that you need to do. And for the most part, that's kind of what I've been doing, which is nice. Mm. Mm. So that's kind of why this year is, you know, like a double-edged sword. I mean, sure, a lot of, you know, negative things are going down right now. But honestly, it's helping a lot of people, you know, cope, realize, or try and fix things, you know? The Black Lives Matter movement just showed to a lot of people who weren't aware of it before just how corrupt the justice system is. The COVID-19 pandemic in the US specifically shows just how underprepared we were as a nation for a situation like this. Mm. And every industry in this country is being jeopardized. The airlines, the movie theaters, hell, even the movie studios. But I'm pretty sure everybody else is going to be much more well aware after this. The Me Too movement showed just how terrifying the workplace is for some women, or how harassment can be so easily done and so, like, like hard to report, which is, very unfortunate, very, very, very bad. There's a lot of problems, but it's good that we're aware of the problems so we could try and fix them. But that should also be that should also be taken seriously. If you know you have a problem, you need to fix it. You can't just accept that you have a problem and then just deal with it. That's how people end up being in abusive relationships without breaking up with that one person, or running away, or doing the necessary things you need. You have to not only be aware of your problem, but you also have to make the decision to do something about it, which I did. So that's why I'm in the hospital, to deal with the problem that I have. So it's a bit of a it's just a bit of a thing you have to do. That's sometimes scary, but when you do it, you don't regret it. You feel great. I feel great. I feel stronger after 2020, and it's not even the whole year yet. I mean, like I told you, it could still always be worse. But even if it does, don't let that break you. You have to keep going. You have to grow as a person. You have to conquer and face your demons. And you may regret it at the moment. You may fear it before you do it. But afterwards, you will be grateful. You will be very grateful. Sorry I'm being so preachy right now, but I guess that's what hospitals do to you. I've been alone in my thoughts for a good while because I've literally been in this room all day long. So I've had a lot of time to think. A beard of Warframe. Man, Dr. Scraper, you really want me to play Warframe. But not for me. I think I just spit. I'm not one to play games on the phone. Is it a phone game? Or what is it, on the PC or something like that? Either way, the only games I play is just Fortnite and Animal Crossing at the moment. Mainly because, I have a Switch, and that's the only thing I could really do right now. Oh, yeah, speaking of, I managed to sneak in my Switch into the hospital, so I've been using that as well. PC Steam. Oh, okay. Well, if it's free and it's on Steam, maybe I'll give it a shot, but I don't really have too much free time to play, which is why I like Fortnite, because it's, you turn it on, you play it, and then boom, you have fun, and then you could turn it off whenever you want, mainly just because I don't have enough time, really, to play as much as I used to. This Lita is writing, "This wouldn't have gotten so bad if we didn't live so close to each other. If there's thousands of people who die from sickness every day before this, and most viruses are not even eradicated, it just happens." Oof. Yeah, no, that is another thing too. Yeah. Old school viruses and plagues like the bubonic plague or the black plague, those managed to stretch larger vast of land, but that's because all the people are spaced out. Here, we have more people in smaller spaces, so if a virus comes to us, it infects more people but spreads less space, which is interesting. Oh, Mr. Mindblocks, how did you and Sam meet? I feel like I asked this before, but I don't know. Oh, I think I may have missed it. Me and Sam met on Facebook. She sent me a message one day, and then we just started having a conversation. I think we were just mutual friends, so she wasn't exactly on my friend group. Or, wait, no, she was. Yeah, she was in my friend group. And then we just chatted. That's it. So, actually, no, there was a little more to that story. after I messaged her and, we got more and more well acquainted, 3, 4 more days of talking online, we eventually moved on to like having numbers. And then she told me that she works in Burbank, which is close to, or not really close to where I live, but it's in the vicinity. So I decided to pay her a visit. And I did so by dressing up as a customer, going over to get some organic lemonade, and then the whole time I was hunting her down. I was like, is that her? Is that her? Is that her? Is that her? And I had no idea who she was because I still didn't meet her for the first time in real life yet. But then I saw someone that looked just like her in the pictures. Then I'm like, aha, that has to be her. Because we saw pictures of each other. We saw each other's Facebook accounts and things like that. So we know what we look like, but we just never met each other in real life yet. So then she was walking by, I think with a manager or something, and I was like, "Excuse me, miss, where do you have organic lemonade?" And then she looked around, and she freaked out, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And then I think she had to go, but then after that I just messaged her, and I was like, surprise and things like that. It was fun. It was fun. But she was working, so that was literally the one encounter we did that day. And I think the next day we had to do that. Mr. Mindblocks, no offense, but kinda risky considering you met her online and of all places. Ah, sorry if I sounded rude, I'm sorry. Oh no, don't be rude, man. It was a bit of a risky move, I'll say that, but I'm willing to do the risk. I like doing fun things like that. I live on the edge. Says the guy eating spinach and mashed potatoes. A doctor's scripter. Huh, that's hilarious. You, scanning for possibilities for the female life form I've been talking to, once locating same password organic lemonade. Ooh, Beach Boys. WP, guess what? Earlier this month I went to a concert, an actual live concert, flew out to Nebraska to see the Beach Boys. It was absolutely amazing. Oh wow, that's great. Hopefully you stay safe. Hopefully everything's still all right. And I'm glad to know you had a good time at the concert. I would love to go to a concert right now, but I still don't want to personally risk it. Sucks, but that's just the level I'm at. I'm taking this thing a little. I don't know if it's a little too far, but I just mainly want to make sure I don't get hit with another hospital bill. Especially after this. Carol the Artie Cat. Hey WP, hope you get better soon. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Or Carol. Yeah, Carol. So anyways, how's everybody else's week? Want to make sure this is not always just about me. Oh, and by the way, to the person who said I sound like Dr. Wolf, thank you. I take great compliment in that. Dr. Wolf is a cool guy. Indeed he is. The venue and the band took every precaution possible. Crowd seats were spaced out, couldn't go backstage. The band had masks on the whole time unless they were singing on stage. Oh wow. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Did you hear AMC is planning on opening movie theaters again? And they're opening movie theaters with 15-cent movie tickets. But those are for old school movies. Don't get too excited. Not to mention, the movie theaters themselves are only at 30% capacity. So there's going to be less seats, but they're going to be super cheap. But the bottom line is movie theaters are trying to open up again, which is kind kind of risky in my book. But then again, like the restaurants being open right now, that's also very risky, and all sorts of businesses. Oh, sorry, I thought something was on my screen. Mm. But I don't know, man. I'm in this hospital right now, and let me tell you, COVID is a real thing. There's a lot of people here. Luckily, they're all in the bottom floor. I'm at the top floor, so I'm not allowed to go back down there. And even if I do exit my room, I have to wear a mask that they provided me. Couldn't bring my own. But pretty much, it's a pretty bad bad thing that hit this city. So where I live, it's definitely a very present issue. So it's a really tough thing to do. A really tough thing to do anything about, really. Let me try some of this lemonade. My voice is nice, thank you. It's been a while since I did a top 10. This is not bad. It's pretty good lemonade. Oh, also, because I'm being really hydrated and drinking a lot of fluids, I may potentially go to the bathroom at any minute. So just bear with me when I do. I'm seeing a lot of your guys' comments complimenting my voice, and I have to say thank you very much. But I've actually always wanted to try voicing characters. For productions for like Scribbler or Lost Narrator, things like that. So I'm very curious, what kind of characters do you think I could pull off? From the ones who have heard my impressions to, just what you think my voice range could actually hit. Curious. Maybe I'll do a voice reel. Maybe I'll do some auditions. Who knows? I mean, it's the world, You can do whatever you want by this point. The world is indeed up for the taking. I should do Mod Pie. You do a really good Dr. Wolf. Well, thank you. I think me and Dr. Wolf have pretty similar voices. It's just Dr. Wolf has a different way of enunciating his words. He likes to talk in a more upper tone, yet also distinctively spacing out words to make his points sound a little more crossed. Similar to, like what I'm doing there, A lot, you and Dr. Wolf have a lot of common advice-wise. And thank you. And yeah, I guess it's just a lot of just listening, A lot of it honestly comes from listening. If you ever want to give advice, listen to other people. Listen to other people, listen to their stories, listen to their experiences. You probably shouldn't do impressions, you should do your own characters. Well, I do have one character that was inspired by the skeleton singer from Corpse Bride. Do you remember that one character? He had a bowler hat. Skeleton, one eyeball, skeleton with a bowler hat, who sang a song, The Remains of the Day, from the movie Corpse Bride. I really loved that character's voice and the rasp and what he had there. Oh, by the way, I finished my food. So now all that's left is my watermelon, my lemonade, and my ice cream. But I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom because I drink a lot of liquid. Whew. Is it cold in the hospital? I thought you'd be in the bed. Actually, my bed is right over there. I could probably move it over there in a little bit. But yeah, I just need I need to get out of that bed because honestly, I've been there all day long. I get a little, bedridden. What's it called? When you just want to get out of the bed. Oh, what was that alarm? That was because of this. I disconnected this, which is connected to all these little sensors, just so they could monitor my levels, make sure I don't have any crazy heart rates, things like that. So it's nothing to worry about. It's nothing too serious. It's really just there for the, just in case scenario. Because that potential cardiac problem could still be an issue. So they're keeping these things monitored just in case. But overall, I'm safe. I'm safe, you guys. No need to worry. No, this watermelon's pretty good. So, what did I learn from this? One, I shouldn't push myself too hard when exercising. Two, I'm probably not going to be the bodybuilder type, or I should continue to do what I was usually doing, which is more CrossFit and cardio exercises and not so much weightlifting. And three, always pay attention to my body. Always pay attention to my body. Because even in this scenario where my body did not tell me what was wrong with what I did, because this is honestly just the result of an aftermath, I still need to, take care of myself. There is one extra detail I am leaving out. For those who actually looked up the Ramdam things. which was another, symptom that, really showed that I actually have a problem. Anyways, let me read back the comments and see if I missed anything. Or wait, I think I remember I was gonna do something. I forgot. What was that alarm sound? Oh, big fans at the hospital. Ah, yes, now I remember. I was talking about impressions or doing MLP voices, but one of you thought I should do original voices and original characters. And then I mentioned the Corpse Bride and the singer, and one of you guys in the comments mentioned Bone Jangles. Bone Jangles, I guess, is the name of the character that I've got this voice from. So Bone Jangles over here. Yes. Welcome everybody. I can't wait to do the rest of the live stream in the voice similar to this. Now, let's see what's going on here at D Park. This is a silly question, but WatchPony, what is your favorite food? My favorite food is probably cheeseburgers, hamburgers, and all sorts of delicious, cheesy, beefy goodness. It's all buttery Jack, all Jack in the Box, McDonald's, Carl's Jr., In-N-Out, Whataburger, and Shake Shack. I've been a burger boy ever since I have been raised by my mother, who was bringing me back McDonald's burgers since I was a boy. So yeah, that's one of my voices. A lot of people say it sounds very similar to Black Hat from Villainous, and by a lot of people I just mean the friends that I do this voice to, so not a lot of people. But I guess Black Hat could also be a bit of an inspiration from that voice, because it goes like me, but Black Hat has a more British voice, or more English voice, I should say. He's like, "Hi, my name is Black Hat, and welcome back to my new Buy It or Not from my catalog. Want something to destroy all the heroes in your life? Well, now you're in luck." Yeah, things like that. Ooh, that voice. I swear. Yes, to those of you who don't know, Black Hat is a character from the cartoon Villainous, which is kind of in its production phase. It's not a real show quite yet, but it's pretty nice. Donna Town Smith, I just came here to stop by, but I'm concerned. You're just here for a checkup, WatchPony? No, if you rewind it to the first 10 minutes of the live stream, I kind of explained about my whole situation of why I'm here. What's my favorite cheese? That's a good question. Because I liked American when I was a kid, but then obviously I grew up and got taste buds, so then it evolved to provolone. I also really like Swiss and pepper jack, but I think my favorite would have to be Monterey Jack. That's the same cheese they use in Chipotle burritos. What's your favorite stuffed animal? Oh, stuffed animal. Don't get me started. I actually have quite a few stuffed animals, and I blame both of my girlfriends for that. Every girl that I've dated were obsessed with animals. Sam included, Britt included, and actually those were the only two. But either way, both of them are obsessed with stuffed animals. So hence this, when I first met them, the only stuffed animal I had was a little companion cube, a small little plushy companion cube. That was my only thing I needed. After I met Britt, and then after I met Sam, my love for stuffed animals has grown because I do believe it is contagious. It is very contagious to be in love with stuffed animals. Their beds are literally half consumed with stuffed animals. I think Britt more than Sam, but either way, both of them love stuffed animals. And I ended up expanding my library of stuffed animals. So I went from having a cube to having a Splatoon squid, a little squiddy blue. And then I bought a little pink one so the blue one wouldn't be alone. So now the blue and pink squid are together. And I got a Tigger plushie as a present. And of course, my WatchPony OC plushie. And I think that's it. For those of you who are my real friends, you know that there's one other plushie that you guys are aware of that I do not want to share online. Octavia. Anyways. Watermelon. I'm gonna eat some more watermelon. Do I sleep with them? Of course I do. What else do you do with plushies? As an adult, the only thing you can do, honestly, is sleep with them. But when I was a kid, I played with those plushies all day long. Or not those specifically, but when I was a kid, I loved playing with stuffed animals. You know, I like them because you could throw them around, specifically. I don't know, maybe that makes me a terrible kid, but yeah, I would throw my plushies and then I would catch them, kind of like they're like, you know, balls, you know, and I would just bounce them and like throw them and catch them and then like, you know, just rinse and repeat. It would be so funny, but that's how I would play with them. I would give them characters and then all of a sudden I would throw them and then I would be like, no, you're gonna fall off the cliff, and the cliff is a bed, you know, little childish things like that. Good times, good times. But anyways, yeah, now that I'm an adult, I don't throw my plushies anymore, but I also don't do the whole like, you know, play like they're, you know, alive thing anymore either. I just like to talk to them, actually. I just talk to them, like be like, oh, what do you guys think? Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, that's really it. Oh, someone's asking what's my favorite chocolate. I think it would have to be a tie between dark chocolate and milk chocolate. I also like chocolate with almonds. And my favorite chocolate candy bar, M&M's. I like talking to my cats like that. Yeah, see? I don't have cats, so I use plushies. FNAF plushies. Oh, wow. What was that beeping? I think it's coming from another room. Oh, you've caught the insanity bug. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to spread it. What do I think of Pony Life? Pony Life is pretty good. Hey, Flo Armstrong is here. Hey, man. If you showed up late, afterwards you could go back to the beginning of the video, like 10 minutes in. That's when I start talking about how I got into the hospital. How often do you wash your plushies? I try to keep them as clean as possible, so I haven't really washed them in a while. I want to buy a steam cleaner for them, you know, so I could, you know, clean them out. Oh, look at that. I'm holding a stuffy I got from my brother. Oh, that's cute. All right. And with that, my watermelon is finished, which means I can finally have dessert. After I finish my lemonade, of course. So, passing the time here in the hospital, I've done a lot of things. But one of the good things that I like to do is I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been catching up on a lot of my YouTube, because thankfully the Wi-Fi here in the hospital is really good. And also No, it's not pudding. It's ice cream. Blue Bunny ice cream. So I've actually been watching the kill counts from this channel called Dead Meat. I don't know, for some reason I've been binging that. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Mmm. Chocolate ice cream. Nice. Oh wow, look at that. That is so. Mmm. Ah, that is nice. Hmm. Did I watch the new Inanimate Insanity episode? Oh no, I haven't. I should probably watch that. But anyways, I've been watching a lot of Dead Meat and the Kill Count, which is basically a video reviewing a horror movie and counting all of the kills that happen inside that movie, which is pretty fun. Helps me look back at the old horror movies I used to watch, or even like watch movies that I've wanted to watch but not really want to watch. But anyways, oh yes, perfect, Lita. You were just about perfect timing. Has anyone wanted Infinity Train Book 3 or watched Infinity Train? I actually did. I just started watching Infinity Train Season 1 just now. And I was just about to mention how I think it's so cool. It's so amazing. I'm really into that show. It is it's the best. Yeah, it is. It's insane. Holy crap. I had no idea what to expect when watching the Infinity Train, but oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Hey, my friend.
Hello?
Oh, you just high tech.
Yeah, just doing a little live stream.
Okay, I'll get this one right here from you.
Sure.
All right.
There we go. It's all set. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And yeah, that's all I need. Perfect. All right. I love 1-1. Yeah, yes, 1-1. Who's that? The nurse? Yes. The nurse came to take my tray. Since I was all done with my food. Except for the ice cream, but in all honesty, the ice cream is just, fine and dandy. They'll let you stream in the building. Yeah, it was nice of them. I think I'm only gonna do this for 1 hour. Then I'm probably gonna call it a day, just because I got more people to talk to, got more family I need to update, and just basic updates on my when I could go home and things like that. What do you think of the hospital service? Honestly, I'm really happy with this hospital. It's really nice. I'm very glad that everybody here is really nice. I thought everyone would be overwhelmed and overworked, but it's really good. It's really good. Nobody, Randall is awesome. Oh yeah, Randall, yeah. But anyways, I just want to say thank you guys, for, checking up on me. I know it's not the most life-threatening situation, but it is always good to have company in the, times of being in the hospital. And, even I know that I shouldn't be, in the, that I shouldn't be in this situation, or that even I know that my situation isn't as dire as others, which is, one, makes me grateful, but two, makes me even more grateful that people still care for me, even though my scenario was, less of a big deal, there were a lot of, bronies or people in the fandom, or even just celebrities or people in general who have had much worse conditions and much harsher outcomes or have fought much harder battles to keep their life. I feel like I got the easy way out, which, makes me grateful that, I'm doing this with the least amount of pain as possible. But at the same time, it makes me want to give everybody else who had a more difficult time in the hospital during recovery or battling whatever it is, because it could be cancer, it could be COVID-19, it could be a disability, or it could be um, a labor related issue, prematurity, um, delivery problems, not just for the baby, but for the mothers too. There's all sorts of things, and everybody faces their own battles. Everybody faces their own problems. I mean, yeah, Shadow Angel Gaming there says that he got stabbed, and I never got stabbed. I hope I never get stabbed. But even then, it's not a pleasant thing. It's not something I ever wish upon anybody. I don't ever wish anybody to get sick, because being sick is just, not something you wish upon other people. You wish everybody would be fine and nobody would have to be stabbed or sick or diseased or, going through anything. The hospital, has to treat people, but hospitals exist for a reason. That's because these things still happen. So, for everybody who has to face those battles, for everybody who the hospital has to save, and even for those who don't get to be saved, unfortunately, from, hospitals and doctors and all the, medical care in the world, I want to say that you are all strong, that you are all powerful, you are all incredible people for having to deal with things that life throws at you. If life throws at you a curveball, you have to just pursue and keep going at it, And it doesn't even have to be things that wind you up in a hospital. Because, if I say you haven't experienced anything bad until you've been in a hospital, that's gatekeeping and that sucks. So, pretty much just the bottom line, everybody struggles. And the one thing we should do as humans, we shouldn't be envious or push each other down or make fun of people for dealing with their struggles. Instead, we have to acknowledge that struggles are a uniformal thing. Everybody deals with struggles, some big, some small, but everybody has to deal with them. So it's good to just respect people, respect their struggles, and once everybody finishes their struggles, that makes them stronger. So you should be happy for them when they overcome their struggles. So don't just be happy about me being in the hospital beating this thing. You have to be happy for everybody who's in the hospital beating this thing. You have to be happy for everybody who manages to defeat a struggle, whether it be, complicated roommates, whether it be, being cheated out of a job or getting fired, or, dealing with the virus, or even, just someone having a bad day. If they end up having a great day afterwards, be happy about that. Be happy for them, Make sure you check up on them. Make sure you send them love, send them care. And you basically do that, and you're basically, set for life. You're set for life in a way that feels better than, than money, Ooh, sorry I burped. But anyways, it's my final minute, so I think it's about time we wrap this up and say our goodbyes. So goodbye, Carol the Artie Cats. Goodbye, Mrs. Bankrupt Pony. Goodbye, Beach Boy Fan Forever. Goodbye, Mr. Mind Blocks. Goodbye, Brunnemediville. Goodbye. Hey, watch. Do you want to be an alicorn, pegasi, or unicorn or earth pony? Oh, neither. I I want to be earth pony. Lita, bye. Flojo Armstrong, okay, bye. Get well soon. Thank you. Thank you very much. Maja Brony1, bye bye. Have a safe recovery. Thank you very much. Bye, my YouTube icon. Thank you, Carol the Artie Cat. All right. I wish. Have you seen my singing all star impression yet? Oh no. Well, perfect. Now I can watch that now. All right. Bye, D Park, and bye, Lita. See you later, everybody. Stream never bothered me, anyways.